Hello and welcome to Manga Mac Watches. I'm Dogzu, and with me is Darfox8.
What's up?
Hello, everybody. We are going to be watching one of my favorite childhood series, Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai. And although this is a more recent anime, the manga I read while I was growing up, so I'm very excited. It's going to be Darfox's first time watching through the series.
Yes, with asterisks.
Yes, we did a recording of this once, and it didn't work because we're still running tests on how to get this to happen. So this will actually be our second time watching through episode 1, but please bear with us.
The good news
Dark,
is that I'm excited to rewatch it because I liked it enough. So
there you go.
this will be a
Maybe
fun time.
he'll notice more things and we'll be more chatty this time.
Yes.
Dar,
Yep.
please give a countdown for like the people so they can sync up their
Yes.
episode 1 of The Adventure of Dai.
Okay. I'm gonna click it when I say click. So I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, click. All right. So wait for the click. All right. 3, 2, 1, click.
And we're
And we're
off.
off. Yep. We got the toy animation cat.
Mm-hmm. I forgot when they redid this to make it into a nice CG opening, but here we go. I'm hyped.
Sword. Fake Piccolo fighting generic hero man.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
not
he
supposed to understand what's happening.
He didn't cut him in half. He just like cut his side.
Yes.
I thought he cut him in half the first time I saw it. That might make sense why he reappears in the intro. I assume he's not dead.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That man explode.
Yep. Yeah, we didn't comment on the first time we watched about like there's a nuke going off at the beginning.
I don't think I noticed it.
Now that it's your second time watching, I think now you know what this is.
That's Moses. That's Shenlong.
Yep.
I always appreciate it when the first episode of anime has the OP, so you know what you're getting into.
Yeah. Recently, new anime they don't do like the OP into the second episode, or they'll
Yeah.
play the OP song during the credits of the first episode. This is a nice OP. The song's pretty good. It's not what you expect though. But
Maybe not.
after watching Riku Sanjo and uh Kosuke Nagaki's they're the creative team who did the manga. They also did a series in an anime called Beat the Vandalbuster.
Oh,
Little
okay.
manga mac lore. The end theme to our hundreds of our first episodes of our podcast uses like one of the OPs from that. Wishman, one of your favorite star. Is that soundboard clip gonna come through?
I'm not sure, but we'll find
Well,
out.
in case you didn't hear, Darfox just played like a soundboard clip of Wishman. But there you go. There's our OP. Die the Tiny Hero. This is based on the very first a manga kind of one shot that they did for this series. Before it's called The Adventure of Dai. This was just simply called Dragon Quest. Iru Iru Derupa.
Don't adjust your game settings. This is what it's supposed to look like.
This those 12 frame rate fucking like monsters.
The
Oh, there you go.
pixelated
Yeah, Dai
aliasing.
is 2D animated. Dai is voiced by Atsumi Tanizaki, who is also the voice of Anya from Spy Family. You know, she's also Freyren.
Really,
Yep.
that's funny. Very different
She's
voices.
she's great. She's she's a very good voice actress. She has like a wide ass range from like little kids to like Dai to Freyren. It's very impressive. Also, she's a mega fucking fan of The Adventure of Dai. So it's kind of interesting. This new anime that they did where they finished the entire series. It was it's basically comprised of voice actors and staff and people who are all mega fans of the series. So it's a huge passion project and it shows.
Cool.
Of course, we have the setup right here. Dai wants to be a hero with his grandpa, Brass. The lump shaman wants him to be a mage. Yeah, and the setup is that the monsters used to be under the control of the evil lord, the Dark Lord, but now that the Dark Lord's defeated, they're freed from their evil wills and they're just like monsters and friendly. Gomen-chan, this golden metal slime, is original creation for the Adventure Die. I think one thing I didn't mention, Dar, is a lot of things that were in the Adventure Die eventually make it back into Dragon Quest.
Nice. I was
Yuji
gonna.
Horii, the creator of Dragon Quest,
Uh huh.
was inspired by some things that in the manga. He was like, I should put this in a video game.
Man.
Oh, this party, this party of like heroes in quotes. They're all like they're the same design as like the characters from Dragon Quest 3. Oh yeah, the priest character, they had to change the cross to like that upside down Y so they don't offend like religious type people.
That
It's
they're
kind of
gonna
interesting.
offend the Yen religion.
Kind of weird choices that they have to make for like international anime releases like this.
He was just gonna cut this kid in half.
Oh yeah, they're bad. The priest design is also a little different. Like I think in Dragon Quest 3, like she doesn't wear pants, but she has stockings. And so they made like a lot of small changes to like the character designs to make like it not so sexy, but I
Yeah.
think it's just not to be sexist and like this was written back in like the 80s and 90s, so
Yeah, no, not to have characters that are, or not to have a majority of female characters just be like eye candy and.
yeah, there's like an old man character later that's like a perv. It's
Mhm.
really pervy in the manga.
as
Like,
as as we did back in
gropey,
the day.
yeah, the gropey old man. So they toned all that shit way down.
Has that been an isekai yet? I'm reincarnated in another world as the pervy old man. What do I do?
Not yet.
I just saw like the was that a frog woman? I haven't. I don't.
Yes.
I don't. I haven't seen that. Oh, there she
It's
is
kind of
on
interesting.
the
The
side.
design of like when the manga came out, it was only up to like Dragon Quest 4, and they added more, the future monster designs here on this island to make it more modern.
I don't think I've seen the frog. I've only played Dragon Quest 8 from to completion.
Hmm.
And I've played a little bit of like some of the side games. So I'm not like an expert, but I don't remember the frog woman in Dragon Quest 8.
Yeah, I played 1 through 4. I'm pretty familiar with 5. I played a little bit of 7 and only the beginning of 8. I could not stand the load times on the PS2. I was like, I can't deal
Yes.
with this.
It was definitely a very slow paced game. It was really great. It's a really great, long,
Yeah,
game.
if you're a kid, it's huge bang for your buck,
Um,
right?
but yeah, it's a real slow paced game. There's not a lot to it. It's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
But
most
yeah,
Dragon Quest games are pretty simple.
yeah. But right now, the hero party has shown their true colors. Oh no!
That's so violent.
Oh no!
He killed Zubat.
Oh man, I gotta say, like the English names of like the Dragon Quest spells are super stupid. Crack, fizz.
I always assumed that was actually how it worked in Japan. They were like onomatopoeias or whatever, but I guess they're not.
They're not. They have their own unique names.
He said, Hado!
She just snatched that slime. Yeah, whoosh instead of buggy. Oh, here it comes. Boom, explosion spell. Attacks all enemies. It's funny that I still remember what Dragon Quest like spells do, like what their effects are. I haven't played a Dragon Quest game in a long time because I have certain feelings about like the composer. But he's
Correct.
passed away now, so
He's passed away. It's a lot easier to look past it.
yep.
He was a very ardent denier of Japanese atrocities during the war.
Mm-hmm. A
Very
weird ass
ardent.
nationalist. Yep. You know, we just mentioned the music though. They don't use music from Dragon Quest here.
Which is interesting. I want this. You mentioned that this had an earlier anime, right? That never finished.
Yes,
I
there
wonder
was an anime
if
back in
that
like
used
80s or 90s, I forget, that didn't finish, only went half, like a third of the way through the story, I would say. Oh, these two things are like an original thing from The Adventure of Dai.
original anime invention
Hmm.
or manga invention.
Yeah.
It's basically like a Pokeball before anything.
Actually, yeah, he's saying gulp and gush to like, suck in and spit out.
Yeah.
And that's actually the name of like the one shot. That was the Dragon Quest thing that this episode is based on.
It was Gulp and Gush.
Yeah, Iru Iru Derupa. So it was like it had a more like unique name in Japanese, but we kind of glossed over it because this is our second time watching. But oh, here's the eye catch. The eye catch has such a nice music, and then it shows off different special moves and spells. In the manga, originally these fake heroes travel all the way back to Romo's castle, but to truncate it, they put him on a ship here.
Or anime editions
Hmm.
or modifications.
Yeah, modifications. The fake heroes here are, I think, based on the writer Riku Sanjo's like actual Dragon Quest III party names. So the hero's name is Diddleding, which is a really silly name. Diddleding. Remember the Crown of Champions, Star Fox. It's Anya. It's Die. I just realized he changed like he was wearing sandals before, and they changed it to more of his modern look where he puts on like boots like that with a wrap bandage around the ankles. Time for battle. Look at that classic Dragon Quest One golem.
Fight though. I think I mentioned before that I really like the golem design.
Yeah.
Very simple but iconic. I guess that's like a lot of Dragon Quest designs, like the slime.
Oh yeah. The late great Akira Toriyama doing the monster designs and the hero designs.
It's kind of violent. He just
It
shows them
is.
punch his ass into the floor.
You know, this is truncated, so they don't show it, but originally Dai goes to the kingdom of Romos, and they kidnap the priest first, and they get her to like tell them like the weaknesses of the magic user and the warrior.
Interesting. So there was a whole plot to the rescue, not just
Yes.
show up and fight.
But the priest escapes by like using like her sexiness to like
Feminine
seduce
wows.
the slimes that were like watching her.
Okay, is there any le poof poof in this manga series?
Um, a little bit. You'll see something.
Poof poof is a ongoing Dragon Quest joke where it's basically like a woman
Your
pressing their breast against somebody's face or head,
face. Yep. Yep. Yep.
basically having almost like motorboating boobs. And
Yep.
this has been in Dragon Quest like forever, and it's like
Yep.
it's a kids game, but like
I
there's this
think it
whole
started in
gag.
3. That's my guess. Don't quote me.
There's this whole like mortarboarding gag that's just a recurring gag. It's very weird. Very one of those things where it's like you can't really like nowadays. Like Dragon Quest could get away with it, but I don't know if other things will get away with it.
Yeah. So originally, like in the manga, the golden like cylinder let out like monsters from Dragon Quest 4 that like were not originally, on the island.
Like a almost like a promotional thing. Like
Yeah, a little bit. There was no dragon.
damn.
Dragon's great. That's a classic Koji Inada thing where like the guy's like has like snot coming out of his nose like that, and pig nosed. It's very good.
Huh.
Oh no. Taking a hostage?
Zulbon.
Oh, by the way, the fake hero's voice actor is the same voice actor who does Dabi from My Hero Academia.
Nice.
While they were showing this anime, they did like a YouTube show on V Jump's YouTube channel, and that's V for victory. But they had voice actors come out and like comment about every episode and give like backstory and stuff. And they're just such mega like Venture of Die fans. It's great. Later on, there'll be certain voice actors, and I'll tell you some lore about like connections about between them.
Nice. That was a great animation piece when you suck him up.
I mean, in general, like this first episode is great. The
Yeah,
only thing
like
that we can
no
kind
res
of like
3D
critique,
aside.
yeah, the CG animation of the monsters at the beginning were kind of whatever, but it's not the worst CG animation you've seen either, and it wasn't
No,
that long.
it's not like super offensive. It's just kind of subpar.
Later on, there is a mega fight with CG animation, and it's fucking great. but
Right.
I want to hear your opinion because
Cool.
everyone calls that like a god tier anime episode.
Nice.
If we get to that,
But
this is different
that's
than in the manga because in the manga, like after he sucks up the fake hero, he passes out, and the soldier's about to descend, and then the king is like, "Stop! I was wrong." He's a good king, King of Romos. And he puts the crown on Dai, who's passed out and asleep. There's a little lore why that ship is pouring water from the front.
lower for the water.
Yeah, an explanation. I forgot if they cover it in the anime, but if they don't, I'll mention it later. The jiggling fucking tonsil, so good. I mentioned this the first time we watched, but I'm surprised they didn't end the episode there, and now they're doing like this to set up the second episode.
Right.
Another ship. In the manga, after Brass looks through the telescope, he whacks dying. It's like, you idiot. The Sage, a class in Dragon Quest 3 that was introduced in Dragon Quest 3, but they can use priest spells and magician spells. Brass the Vulnerable. I've also seen it as Elder Brass.
Can you choose your classes in some Dragon Quest games?
Yes.
Okay. Because in Dragon Quest 8, it's fixed to the characters, kind of like it is in Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah. Depends on the Dragon Quest. There's Leona, voiced by Sayomi Hayami. She's the mom in Spy Family. So it's pretty funny.
Your.
Yeah. These two, they did this anime first and then they went on to do Spy Family and work together
Okay.
again.
Ah, yes. The Radiohead, the song.
Yeah, it's so funny that it's like this alternate like rock type like ballad for this ending with our main characters, some of whom you have not met yet.
Fake ass Boma. He's like Dragon Ball Boma, which is like adventuring and shit.
You'll meet her soon. Pretty much like at the moment where these three start traveling together is when like the adventure die gets really good.
Right.
It's funny. The lyric was like getting lost and like those two characters are pointing at like different roads.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yep. And then next time on Dragon Quest,
Chikai. Ah, yes, a sword. Is that his signature weapon?
that knife.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a unique design from like the manga. This is narrated by the same person every time. You'll meet that character soon. And there you go. We have rewatched the first episode
First
again.
episode down again. So it's a pretty good first episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go ahead and end this watch along, or rewatch, or commentary, whatever else you want to call this. I'm Dakazu,
I am Darfox.
and yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.
Peace.